This is an audio-only recording of an exercise session for Vision of Adventure. This winter our sessions are sponsored by the charity, Fight for Sight. Cycling, led by Kath Finn. Please note that you will need some form of stationary exercise bike for this session.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome on this damp, coldish January day. It's not actually that cold compared to what it has been, but it just, I think, feels it because it's damp. So we're just going to pedal for 5 minutes or so to begin. And going round tonight, we've got Steve, Jimmy, Diane, Emily, and Molly. So welcome to all, and welcome to you if you are listening on audio in a few days' time. For those, I think it's hard to motivate yourself outside of a group to go and do it. So congratulations to those who take it to the gym or sit on their bikes at home on their own with no happy live voices in their ear. This evening we're going to do some work around cadence and do a little bit of work maybe for some people. I can't see people's feet. I was going to say with one leg. Oh, and Joanne's just joining as well. And then we'll do some harder work nearer the end. So a bit of a mixture, a bit different to last week. Might not be quite as hard work as last week. We'll see. But there's a little bit more focus on the technique. And Steve has been out today telling me it's absolutely fine out there. I'm hoping to be out tomorrow. And then maybe on Saturday on my mountain bike. But I stayed inside today with the pool and then an easy gym session because it's my 4th week of quite hard gym sets. And last week I did quite a lot, had a great time, loved it. But I think this week maybe I need to be back off just a little bit, give my body half a chance. And you're just kind of a couple of minutes in. So I know you won't be sweating at this point because you'll still be cold, but don't sweat too much about stuff at this point. Haven't put the metronome on. It certainly takes my legs a little while now to wake up and click into a nice smooth pedaling technique and to gradually pick that cadence up. Just tends to feel a little stuttery to start with for me. And as your muscles remember what they're meant to do, it gets smoother. And as they warm up, it gets smoother. So if you don't do something for 48 hours, that's the point at which the neural signals start getting a little bit lazy. So that's not a long time, really. And so that's the joy of talking about consistency of doing things. Even if you don't do much, if you're jumping on an exercise bike, even for 15, 20 minutes, and just turning your legs around at an easy pace, that's still keeping those messages going, and it's worth doing. And it sounds insignificant, but you do that twice a week. That's an extra half an hour. That's an extra 2 hours a month. And it all goes into the bank. It all makes a difference. But the best thing is trying not to get ill. Because as soon as we get ill, we lose about 3 weeks. And it's really boring. Anyone who's really young on here, you're all right. You probably bounce in about 3 days. But us older, those of us who are a little bit older, take a bit longer. And gone have gone the days of braving it through a cold and turning up to work no matter what. See anyone with a cold anywhere near me, I'm like, go away. Okay, in another half minute or so, we will have pedalled for 5 minutes, and we're going to do 4 blocks of 2 minutes, gradually working harder. So we're going to start off at about effort level 5, and at the end, we want to be on about effort level 8. But you're going to have 4 lots of 2 minutes to get there, so you've got 8 minutes to get up that scale with a little rest in between the 2 minutes. So ready to start our first 2 minutes. We should be on an effort scale of about 4 or 5 out of 10. And we want a cadence of 90. And in this 2 minutes, we want to be just building it up a little bit. So maybe you're going into effort level 6. That's your first half a minute gone. Looking smooth. That's lovely. That's a minute through your first 2 minutes. So if you haven't worked any harder at all, you might want to work a little bit harder now. On the other hand, if you have, remember you've got another 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, we're coming up to the 2 minutes. So we're just going to take 30 seconds to slack off again if you want. So try and keep your cadence, but drop your resistance if you want, just for 30 seconds. If you're happy where you are, keep it. And in 15 seconds, you're going to start your next 2 minute build. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Steady 2 minute build. So last time you might have got to about effort 6, so you want to get to that fairly quickly, and then you want to spend the next minute and a half building it up to 7. And hopefully you should be beginning to get a little bit of heat. Really good. You've got half a minute left on this set. No, you've not. You've got a minute. So it should be starting to feel like you're having to work a bit. Nice. Remember, smooth. Top part of your body still. Core activated. Power driving down. Okay. Coming up to the end of your second 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1, and now. So you've got 30 seconds now if you want it to slack off before we pick it up again. Five seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, go. You're into your next 2 minutes. This is your third one. And so you're probably around effort level 7. Hopefully. Holding nicely. Minute and a half left. One more minute of this block. Tell you what, after you've done this all winter, I'm going to get a ride. I'm going to sit on the front and pilot, and whoever's behind me will just be able to rocket me along the roads. Half a minute. Looking good. Starting to look like ready to do some work. 3, 2, 1. And relax for half a minute. And then we go into our last 2 minutes. So this 2 minutes should be really hard work. Try to keep your cadence at 90, but put your resistance up so that you're working quite hard. So you want an effort level about 8. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Last 2 minutes. Lovely. Just keeping it rolling. Half a minute or so. No, a whole minute or so. No, half a minute. So you will do more hard work later, so you don't have to kill yourself, but on this little block you've got half a minute left. Effort level 8-ish, you should be puffing. Lovely. And 3, 2, 1. Take a bit of a drink if you need one. And we're just going to do those little hard bits that we always do. So this week we're going to do for 30 seconds. So 30 seconds really hard, which is quite difficult to keep going. So when you first start, remember that it's not a quick 10-second burst. You need a little bit more resilience than that. And then a minute rest, and then do it again. So I'm not going to put the cadence, the metronome on for this, because you just need your legs to go around. You need lots of force, lots of effort, lots of energy. And we'll go on a 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds, off you go. Hard as you can, fast as you can. Loving it. Really fast cadence has been held here. Lovely still bodies. Great jobs. Five left. 3, 2, 1, ease. So you've got 1 minute to slow your legs down, back down to something reasonable. Let them recover a little bit. And then we'll do that once again. Oh, we had great fun last night. Coach's CPD at Tri Club for swimming. So looked at my videos. Uh-oh. It's just as well I'm guiding and not coaching on the swim course. To be fair, my catch bit was good. My pull was good. But it's the timing of my arms at the front that is just terrible. Ready to go again? 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds, off you go. 30 seconds really hard. Keep it going. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely. Hopefully we should be kind of feeling like we've arrived, for better or for worse. Yeah, now well into the session. But the next little bit, you're just going to try, if you can, and that will depend whether you've got clips or cleats, pedaling with one leg. If you haven't got those and you've got trainers on your pedals, I just want you to think about putting most of the force through one leg and leaving the other one behind. And so the other one does virtually no work, and your one leg, let's start with the right leg, does the majority of it. If you can take one leg off and you're tied in somehow or other, then that's the best way to do it. So I'll just wait for jerseys to come off. So we're going to do 15 seconds, because if you are on one leg, it can be quite difficult to keep that leg coming up round the top of the pedal stroke. Look like we're nearly ready to go. We're going to try like 5 lots of 15 seconds. And we'll do them all on one leg to start with, and then we'll change around and do the other one. And just watch your balance. If your balance is in doubt, we don't want you falling off your bikes, then put your leg back on the pedal. That's the last thing I need at this range. I can't come and pick you up. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Right leg, 15 seconds. Hey, great job. Look at that. Fantastic. Lovely. And both legs, if you want, for the 45 seconds, then we'll go back to the right leg. Now, spin bikes might not do it, but if you're hearing a clunk somewhere near the top, that's because your hip flexor's struggling to get your leg high enough to get it over the top of the pedal. And it's a good giveaway. So when you're thinking about smoothness, if you can't pedal smoothly with one leg, you know that there is more efficiency there to be had. We're going again, 15 seconds, right leg. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Excellent. And both again. Lovely, all right. Molly, I can just see your hands. If you can hear me, if that is about the right length of time to do that, can you put a thumb up? So if I said do it for 30, that would be quite hard. Thumb up if it would be hard to do it for 30. Ooh, okay. So, we could do it for longer looking at that. What about you, Emily? Oh, okay. We're going to go again. Right leg. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Hi, Joanne. Oh, faces and I. Cameras have suddenly popped on. I recognise that conservatory. And 3, 2, 1. Back to both legs. We're ready to go again. Right leg only. Off we go. And keep it going. 5 more seconds. And both legs. We extended that one a tiny bit. That went to 20 seconds. Coming up to the last one on this leg. Obviously, if that's too short a time for you, you can just do it for a bit longer. If that's insufferably uncomfortable and you can't get the pedal to go around at all, you can do it for less. Simple. Three, two, one. Right leg only. Great. Brilliant efforts. And back to both. All right, we'll have a minute round. Bit of time just to spin that off, and then we'll do the same thing with the left leg. I'm going to go for 20 seconds. So you can vary it depending how hard you find it. You may find that it's much easier on one side than the other, and that's quite normal. In fact, very normal. Most of us have a variation. It just depends how big the variation is. For me, it's my left leg is far worse than my right. Although if I look at the power output on a gym bike, they are more or less the same. But if I do this exercise, my left leg finds it much harder. Now, when we've done pedaling drills, we haven't really focused on bringing the back leg up, and we don't do it a huge amount. But like anything, the more efficient every part of you is, the more efficiently you can move. And for those who are doing really long distances, like Emily, you'll find it in the half, the more efficient you can be, the more energy you've got, the more brain power you've got, and the more comfortable it is. Okay, so are we getting ready for our left legs? In 10 seconds time. 3, 2, 1. Left leg only or left leg focus. And I'm timing 20 seconds. Choose your poison. 3, 2, 1. Both legs again. And we're coming up to the minute, so get ready to go again. Left leg, 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Five seconds. And back to both. And if you're propping that other leg, the right leg somewhere, try and be very conscious that you're not putting too much weight through it and giving yourself a helping hand, because that's really easy to do. Go, no, it's just sitting there on that little bit of bike. I'm not really pressing any weight through. Oh, yes, I am. Nearly there again. 3, 2, 1. Left leg only. Welcome, John. If you just pedal your bike for a bit just to get settled in, we're all doing one-legged pedaling, which might be a bit of an ask, having just joined. Unless you cycled just before and are warmed up. And relaxed back to both legs. Liking it. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Left leg. Fourth time. Nice. 3, 2, 1. And back to both. Okay, the next one will be the last one. Nearly ready? 3, 2, 1. Left leg, last 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and both legs. And just spin out. If you find that harder on one side than the other, just give me a thumbs up. But Di, can you use your right hand? And Steve, can you use your left hand? And Emily, can you use your right hand? And then I'll be able to see them. Was it harder on one leg than the other? Ooh, mixed. Yeah, Steve's about the same. Di's all right. Yeah. And then a couple of others. So about 50-50 of people who found it harder and people who were pretty balanced. Which is great. Joe, I could see both your hands, Joe. Okay, we're going to do some straightforward threshold work. So that's about effort level 7, and we're going to do 4 lots of 3 minutes. So this is the middle of the session. We're getting a good solid piece of resistance effort in. And I'm going to put that on. So we want to try and have a 90 cadence. And we want to be starting, and we want to be getting to effort level 7 fairly quickly, because you should be quite warm now. And applying, so that's quite a bit of effort. Broken sentences. You can kind of manage a sprint, or maybe almost most of a standard, working a distance triathlons, working at about this level. So you could work for about an hour. But it would feel pretty uncomfortable. So this one's not a walk in the park. You're now accumulating lactate at a faster rate than you can convert it back into energy in your body. Which is why if you just keep going at this pace, eventually you will have to stop. And physiologically you will be stopped. It's nothing to do with having a strong mental head and pushing through it and keeping going. Your body will just overload and have to slow down a bit. And then it can recover and hopefully do it again. But so we're going to breaking it down into 3-minute chunks so that you do get a bit of recovery. Emily, on the middle, you probably won't be working at this hard. Nothing wrong with using it in training, but if you work this hard much on the bike, you'll end up not enjoying the run at all. Whereas Steve on the Fred isn't going to have a choice. He's going to have to work a lot harder than this. But doesn't have the little issue of a half marathon to run when he gets off. Lovely, you've got 1 more minute on your first one. I think we're going to be quite stingy with the rest. We'll have half a minute in between. And 3, 2, 1, relax it. Keep that cadence, but if you want to, just take the resistance off for a little bit. Okay, you're ready to go again? 3, 2, 1. Your next 3 minutes. I can see his resistance is going up. Well done. Keep that cadence. Remember, upper body's nice and still. A little bend in your elbows so they're not stressed and your neck's relaxed. Core holding you in a good position and all the power going basically from your glutes downwards. Drive you forwards. That's good. Just keep chasing that little bit of burn. And half a minute isn't really long enough to get back to homeostasis and in balance, so we're just building fatigue here. Halfway through this one. And you definitely need this type of stuff if you're coming to the lakes to ride. I have the joys of going out tonight after chatting with you. We're off to a Tri-Club committee meeting, the joys of life. And it's full of quite big, non-training related questions. How we pay memberships and things like that. What do we do about safeguarding? Do we buy a second bike box? Yes, definitely. And how much money do we spend on the social? A lot, please. 15 seconds. Three, two, one. Take the resistance off for half a minute. That's just time for a quick drink or a quick change of position. And we're halfway through. And we're ready. 3, 2, 1. Back into 2 minutes of graft. Good. And when you're working at a pace where you can chat and it's nice and easy, a lot of the fuel that you're using will possibly come from fats. When you get into working at this level, a lot more effort going out. A lot of the food that you're now using will be glucose, it will be glycogen, come from carbohydrates. So if you're pedaling a lot very hard and you're not eating that much, you will find that you will run out of energy quite quickly. That's one reason why this form of pedaling has a limited time span in a day. Because you can't absorb and digest as much carbohydrate as you're putting out, and the body doesn't store that much. It has some glycogen in its muscles, but apart from that, converts unwanted carbs into fat. And you have 10 seconds. That's all. 3, 2, 1. And then you have another 30 seconds. And then we do the last one. It's not the last one of the session. It's not gone that quickly. You've still got 20 minutes. Sorry, Steve. Are we ready again? 3, 2, 1. The last 3-minute block. And then we'll change the ante and do some cadence work. So this should be causing you to cough a little bit. You should be sweating a bit. Cardio system should be working reasonably hard. It's looking nice. I can feel the effort from here. Halfway through this last one. The end is nigh, it's coming. One more minute. You're on it. You're getting there. Good effort. Last 30 seconds. To say tonight's going really quickly for me. I'm looking at the clock going, God, I was going to do something else. I'm not going to have time. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And relax for a bit. Well done. So it was quite a big block of reasonably hard work. Yeah, and I can see people used it really well, so well done. So we're going to change the stress on the body now, and we're going to go to some faster cadence work. So we're not looking at massive resistance. You need enough resistance to put enough force through to hold your bum on the seat without bouncing all over the place. And you need to use your core to hold yourself in position, which is good. And the more you can use your core and the stronger that is, the better health your lower back will have. Because if your core can't hold you up on a bike, you then end up holding yourself up either through your arms, shoulders and neck, or your lower back starts coming into play as well. So this is good for your core work. And it's good for your neural pathways, your nerves, because we're going to ask them to fire faster, control your legs as they turn over. So we're going to up the cadence. So we're going to do a minute at 100. And then we're going to go to 110 and then 120. And we'll have half a minute in between. So don't worry about whether you actually hit 120, but when we get to that level, just like turn your legs around really fast and see how you go. Definitely try and get your knee in time when we're on the hundreds. I think that's a good challenge. And then after that, just do your best. So, right, we're going to start with 100 because you've just done a shed load of work at 90. You don't need to do that. So we're going to go, that's your 100. 3, 2, 1. Minute on your 100. Good pace. Brilliant. This is Steve's knees going up and down like pistons. Lovely. It's like you should be powering a generator or something at this rate. Three, 2, 1. Half a minute. Just letting your legs relax a little bit. Nearly ready to be off. 3, 2, 1. It's 110. So possibly feel a bit of an odd feeling of fatigue. It's not like your heart's pumping wildly and you can't breathe, but somehow or other, your legs might feel like they're kind of struggling a little bit to keep it. Then again, you might be absolutely whizzies and they don't. What I'm seeing looks great. Going down to 3, 2, 1. Take your half a minute. Okay, we're going up to 115. And we'll top out at 120. So 3, 2, 1. A minute, 115. Love it. We've got some good different styles. And we will probably never pedal like this outside, but it doesn't mean it has no use. It does have a use. It's just like a swimming drill. It's a drill to improve your overall cycling. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. A half a minute, and then we're going to go back down again. So we've got one more. This one, if you're still with the beat, is 120. And then we'll go all the way back down to 90. 3, 2, 1. So this is your very fastest one. So yes, rather than listening to it, just get your legs to go as fast as you can while keeping a really good position. It's looking great. Well done. Brilliant. Holding on to that, 20 seconds left. Keep that coordination. See, fantastic job. 3, 2, 1. Half a minute's rest. So you've had quite a contrast this week. None of it's kind of right top end as to gut, but it's all pretty demanding in different types of ways. Nearly ready. Better take it down. It's better. 3, 2, 1. It's 115. Halfway through it. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Half a minute rest. Now this is where 100 starts to feel really weirdly slow. Be ready again. 3, 2, 1. And that is 110. So we're starting to ease back down into something nearly civilized. Half a minute left. Three, 2, 1. Half a minute rest. And we've dropped all the way back down to 100. Last one. We're going to do this minute at 100 and then go straight into a minute at 90. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Now that's 100, And I bet it feels slower than it did when we first started going up. It sounds really slow. Nearly that. There. And as we get there, I'm just going to change it down to 90. Changing down now. Okay, that's 90, which is where we've done most of the session. So just slow your legs so that one knee is at the top, same knee every time the beat goes. And this is your 90, which is what we struggle to get up to when we first start pedaling. And it's just really weird, that differentiation of stresses makes this feel completely different to how it did to start with. Lovely. I'm liking it. Well done. Nice session. Lots of different bits. And 3, 2, 1. And stop. There you go. If you're riding with us on catch up, please make sure that you spend the next 5 minutes just spinning out nice and easily on the bike, letting your body come back to normal, letting yourself start to cool down a little bit, but not too much. And for us, when we're live, I'm now going to stop the recording